I am a big believer in creating just for your mental health, for your life. It makes me feel alive, I would say, and when everyday stresses come to me, I come home and I can just make something and I feel a million times better. And I really look at it as like a form of therapy, and I have for, I would say, 5 or 6 years. For me, not only do I enjoy doing it and I love it, but it really helps me calm down, and I love it. I love creating. I'm Desiree. I'm the creator of Made by Mermaids. I started Made by Mermaids in 2013. I would say it's been like the craziest journey, but awesome. I'm a Jersey girl. I'm from Jersey, and I've lived here for most of my life. I did live in California for about 2 years, and I would say the beaches in Jersey really inspire a lot of my work. I started this business because I was on my breaks at work and I was picking up sea glass, and it was right after Hurricane Sandy happened here. So the sea glass had all washed up onto the beach, and it was really kind of like what motivated me to start and to make jewelry, and I still feel that way. I go to the beach in the summer, I get inspired to create things, and then every time I come home I'm like, wow, I can't wait to make this. When I started making jewelry, I had no idea what I was doing. I had all these ideas to like wire wrap jewelry, and one day I just came home and I told my parents and I told my husband, and I was like, I'm just gonna make jewelry, and they were like, do it. So I did. I read a lot of like do-it-yourself books and beading books, but really YouTube was like my saving grace, which is so crazy, but it really helps me tremendously with everything that I do still. There was a lot of trial and error, a lot of error. Eventually I kind of like found my groove and figured out who I was as an artist and who I was as a jewelry designer. Now it's like 5 years later and it's my passion and I love it so much. It's like my favorite thing to do, and it completely changed me as a person. I love mermaids, obviously. I have ever since The Little Mermaid. I know when I started this business, I was like going back and forth on names. My whole life, people always were like, you have like mermaid hair, you're like a mermaid. So I had to make it Made by Mermaids. And everyone just knows me as the mermaid, like the mermaid girl. Like, that's me. I remember probably it was like 2.5 years ago. It was this one time I really saw my jewelry influence a customer, and it actually like brought them to tears. She had sent me a piece of her mom's wedding dress, and I actually cut it and I put it inside of a locket, and I put like glass fill over it and set it on a beautiful white gold chain, and I added some pearls to it, and when I gave it back to the customer, she just like was brought to tears. And I really think out of all of the times that I've had an interaction with a customer, that was like the most special to me. Every interaction, every sale I appreciate, but that was really one that just sticks with me. So when I started this business, I was just dating my husband at the time, but he really encouraged me to like believe in myself. I was thinking about doing this with you guys, and I was nervous, and I was like, I don't think I want to do it. I'm like, I don't know. And this was a couple months ago when I had first spoken to you guys, and he was like, you need to do it. Like, he really is like the driving force in a lot of my decisions and a lot of the creating that I do. A lot of times, like, I'll show him something, he'll be like, you could do better. Or he'll be like, that's amazing. And he really is just so proud of me, and he just is such a great support in my life. When I'm sitting at my desk at my WorkBox, it's like the best feeling, because prior to the WorkBox, I would come into a messy space and it would really like creative block me. Like, I wouldn't be able to finish something. I would never finish something, or if I did, I never felt like it was fully the way it should have been. And now that I can see everything and everything has its home and its place, ideas just flow into my head, and it's like such a healthy creative space now. And I really I love that everything's right in front of me. I can reach for my beads, I can reach for chain, I can reach for my pliers. I don't even have to get out of my chair. Like, it's really motivated me to make more things, to be more creative, and I think kind of step up my game, because now I have everything exactly where it needs to be, and there's never any second guessing or thinking like, maybe I should have used that, but I don't really know where it is right now. And I feel like it's just the best. So I recently got my Cricut, and I feel as though if I never had my WorkBox, I probably would never purchase the Cricut because I didn't have a spot for it. I used to have a small little desk from IKEA, and there was no way that thing was fitting on it, and it would have ended up in the living room or in the kitchen or on my husband's desk, and that would not have happened. Obviously, one of my first crafts had to be something about mermaids, and I did this little water bottle. I got this at Michael's for like $1, and I added the holographic vinyl, and I think it's so cute. If I could give anybody some advice, it would be, if you feel like you want to do something, I suggest you just do it. Like, I don't care how you get there, I don't care how you do it. I think if you just put your heart and your soul into it and you try your very best, you can get it done. Even if it didn't end up the way that you had planned, you're still gonna be a better person for it. And I encourage anybody, because I know for me it's changed my life being a creative person, and it brought me back to life, and I feel like it could do the same for anybody.